US demands undermine re-engagement. Zimbabweans in their broad totality have moved on from the Robert Mugabe era and are forging ahead with the vision of the leader of the new political dispensation, President Mnangagwa, who has committed himself to holding free, fair and credible elections, over and above turning around the country's economy in particular, and the nation's fortunes in general. However, last Friday well-meaning and progressive-thinking Zimbabweans were taken aback when the United States of America Senate Committee on Foreign Relations announced a raft of demands, premised on their perception of the Mugabe era, as a precursor to the removal of sanctions under the Zimbabwe Democracy and Economic Recovery Act, ZIDERA. For the avoidance of doubt, ZIDERA was passed by the United States Congress in 2001 to impose economic sanctions on Zimbabwe, reportedly to provide for a transition to democracy and promote economic recovery. But over the years ZIDERA has proved to be a smokescreen behind which the US has hidden its shenanigans to obliterate ZANU-PF from Zimbabwe's political landscape. So brazenly clear is the fact that the US demands are a replica of those announced by the MDC alliance last week, and one does not need to be a soothsayer to see that America has become a willing tool of MDC alliance. Suffice to say, a day before the announcement of the US demands, MDC alliance leader Nelson Chamisa announced the same, point to point. So, it becomes clear that the demands are a rehearsed product of the visit on December 13 last year of Chamisa and his delegation to the United States. The US demands should be treated as ransom and make a mockery of Zimbabwe's entire re-engagement process with the international community. The demands must be condemned with the contempt they deserve. No one needs not be reminded that at the dawn of the new dispensation led by President Mnangagwa, Zimbabweans celebrated in a much broader spectrum than the MDCT leadership, which, it has become evident, wanted to be rewarded with ministerial posts. Zimbabweans in their broad totality went into a frenzy of celebrations, regardless of political affiliation, religion, color or creed. Progressive thinking Zimbabweans now believe in a new country premised on fixing the banking sector, revival of industries, the revival of the transport network, national food security, etc., and not the demands of one political party. The US has proved that it is not genuinely seeking re-engagement with Zimbabwe, but wants to push the MDC alliance into power, by arm-twisting their ZANU-PF government. There is an outright dearth of goodwill and a serious tilt towards the MDC alliance, and that exposes the US as engaging Zimbabwe in very bad faith and with a preconceived outcome. When all is said, the US should unconditionally remove its sanctions regime and deal with the new political dispensation from a neutral position. President Mnangagwa has shown his readiness to engage on all fronts with an open mind. We expect the same of those who want to deal with Zimbabwe mutual respect. If anything, Zimbabwe is ready to move forward with unity of purpose, instead of being distracted with the burden of undeserved sanctions imposed by the US. Let the US give Zimbabweans a chance to sort their problems without outside interference. For our part, let us begin to speak with one voice. We have a shared destiny, and America doesn't share in our people's daily struggles.